Hey guys, Jeff, back with another video review. Today, if you've been watching my previous What's in the Shops, you know that I received my Voltron Ultimates figure from Super7. So today we're going to review this figure. As you can see, it's got the packaging, very indicative of Super7, top shelf packaging, always amazing. The figure itself, very cool. A nicely done figure, similar, to the Conan the Barbarian figure I covered recently. Excited about this figure. When it first came up for pre-order, I didn't even hesitate on pulling the trigger on this guy. I'm a big fan of Voltron. I've been a huge fan of Voltron since this came out. I used to rush home from school when I was a kid and watch it in the afternoons on WTTV4. A local news affiliate station here in the region. I remember when Voltron first came out and Matchbox acquired the license to distribute it in the United States. I remember that was the hot toy item with all my friends. I wanted one like every other kid. So my fourth grade year, fourth quarter, my dad told me if I got straight A's, he would buy me a Voltron 5 Lions set. So I worked my butt off, and I did get, in fact, straight A's that quarter, first time ever. And we went to Walgreens in a local mall to buy those figures, and I think my dad got sticker shock when he saw the price of those. It was like 1984, I believe. So needless to say, I did not get all 5 lions that day like I was promised. I only got the black lion. I had to make a choice. I chose the black lion for some reason, and I had it for a long time. I don't have it anymore. But I learned a lot of lessons that day. I think most primarily is as a parent, you always can change the game. So I was pretty upset. It stuck with me for a long time. In fact, so much that when I graduated from college in 1999 with my engineering degree, I didn't buy a house. I didn't buy a fancy car. I got on eBay and I bought me all 5 lions. So that was the first thing I bought when I got out of college. And that's how much I love Voltron. So it's one of my favorite toys. It's near and dear to me. Even I love the cartoon. I love even the new Netflix version of the cartoon. I own several Voltrons. I have the Matchbox one, the Trendmasters one. I do have the Toynami 25th anniversary Voltron figure. I'm a huge fan of Voltron. As you can see, I even have a workout shirt that's a Voltron. So we're going to head back to the shop. We're going to break this guy out of his box and do a nice review on him. And that's it. Okay, so here we are. This is the Super7 Voltron Ultimates figure. Just right out of the box, I'll say a few things about this figure. He stands a little over 7 inches tall, around 7 1/4 to be exact. He's about 4 inches wide. He's a very solid figure. He has pretty decent articulation. The feet have a little bit of limited articulation. The legs move. The knees move. He twists at the waist. The head's got a nice pivot. The arms are nice. It's a well-made figure. It's a very solid figure. He stands a little wonky. The feet don't really stand too flat, but I'm not going to complain about that. The paint scheme is really, really nice with this figure. It looks really nice. It's well done. Other than that, when I took him out, I wasn't super over impressed with the figure at all. I'm not really sure about this figure. I think it might have been a repaint of a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Voltron figure done by Mattel, but I'm not sure on that, so don't hold me to that. It's a real basic, simple figure. It has a set of heads with the jaws open on the lions, along with the set of closed heads for the hands. The sword actually doesn't really fit in the lion's hand. It goes in the mouth, kind of like that, which I don't really like that very much, because I'd rather have the authentic sword fit inside the lion's mouth. It doesn't really work too well with the open mouths, so you have kind of limited posability when it comes to displaying your figure with the weapons. I really haven't figured out how in the heck the Star Shield goes in the mouth as well. I'll probably figure that out at a later date, but the weapons are actually pretty nice. Real simple, nice paint deco on it. I like the weapons, they're cool. Like I said, the heads, it comes with a couple heads, so you can interchange these out. The figure itself's a little hefty. I mean, if it fell off your shelf, I don't think it's going to break at all, similar to what that Conan figure was I talked about. It's an okay figure. Like, I really don't have much else to say about it other than the things I've already said. If you're a Voltron fan and you're a completist, kind of like me, it's definitely worth getting, and it's a lot cheaper than trying to find that San Diego Comic-Con Voltron from a few years back. The figure this here retailed at $35 with about $13 shipping and handling from Super7. I pre-ordered it when it first came out, so it's kind of a bargain for me to have it. I really like Voltron, so to have this in my collection, you know, is something that I wanted. But I don't know if this figure is really for everybody. If you're kind of picky about how your figures are and how you want to display them, you know, etc., then maybe you should take a pass on this figure. But if you like Super 7's products, which I really am starting to like, it's just a cool, basic, simple figure to have in your collection. It's nothing special. It doesn't have a great wow factor. It's just a nice, cool looking figure. But I don't know what else it's supposed to be. You know, I mean, it's just a basic Super 7 Voltron figure. It never claimed to be anything other than that. And that's why I think it's fine with me, and that's why I bought it. But I just know that I know a lot of collectors can get kind of picky about how things are, especially for the price of collectibles these days. So, you know, for $35, I have no problem with this figure. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not overly impressed with it. It's an okay figure. If I had to make a choice between it and some other collectibles in the same price range, depending on how big of a fan I was of those other collectibles, like say, for example, a Black Series Star Wars figure or a Black Series G.I. Joe figure, I probably would choose the Black Series figure because for the value, you're getting a better figure, I think. But I'm not knocking this figure, so I'm just trying to be honest with my evaluation of it from a collector and a fan standpoint. I love Voltron, like I said in my intro. I told you the story of how I wanted the Voltron and worked my butt off to get straight A's and didn't really get it, so maybe I'm a little obsessive, I don't know. By the way, I never ever got straight A's ever again after I was let down, so to speak. But this is a Super 7 Ultimates Voltron figure. It's pretty basic, like I said, and it's a neat figure. I wanted to have it for my collection. Obviously, if you want to buy it, I'm sure it's available through Super 7 or other retailers. Do some research, watch some other reviews, see what other people have to say about it. But if I had to rate it on a 1 to 10, I'd give it like maybe a 6. And it's a good, solid figure. It's pretty basic. It is what it is. So that's my review, the Super 7 Ultimates Voltron figure. Be sure to hit like and subscribe on some of my other videos. Share these, please. I'm not on Facebook or Instagram or anything else right now. But I do appreciate the comments and shares and subscriptions. So cheers, guys.